Hola, hello. Welcome to episode 26 of Wine with Wanda on Instagram Live. As always, thank you for tuning in. So, a few days ago, about a week ago, I had a dream that I was in a place that's very near and dear to my heart, Spain. Spain has been an important part of my life. I studied there in high school and in college. So going to Spain right now is not possible. The reality of the pandemic makes travel a bit elusive, but thank goodness for wine. So today we're traveling to Spain thanks to Las Moradas de San Martin. And our special guest who I'm going to bring on in a few moments is winemaker Isabel Galindo. Now, what's really interesting about the wines of Las Moradas de San Martin is they're part of the Vinos de Madrid DL, Wines of Madrid. So it's like saying wines of Manhattan. I mean, Madrid is a bustling metropolis, capital, huge city. You don't really associate it being a winemaking region. But just 1 hour from the hustle and bustle of Madrid, Las Moradas is making some beautiful garnachas from old vines. When I bring Isabel on, she's going to tell us all the wonderful technical details. I'm a big Garnacha fan. If you've been following me for a few years, you know that it's one of the wines that I feature quite often. And I particularly love the Garnacha from Spain. So today we're going to start with Las Moradas de San Martin, the 2013 vintage of their Initio. And it's only $12.99, but let me tell you, this wine over-delivers. It's beautifully made, and you're going to get all of that story in just a moment. And then we have their 2016 Senda, and that retails for $15.99. So again, very accessible. You'll see there's a really interesting story behind these wines, and Isabel is just a fascinating and talented winemaker. And I am going to see, this is always the moment of truth, if we can add Isabel chat. Thank you all for tuning in. I see some friends have tuned in. Thank you for watching. Gonna do a few waves while we wait for Isabel to connect. So just gonna give her a moment. Says waiting for Las Moradas. They're really kind of in a secluded area, so maybe the signal is a little, little tough. We'll just give it another moment. Okay, let's try something else. Let's see, maybe we'll give this one more try. Add. That's the beauty of Instagram Live. I always say, you never know what's going to happen. That's the beauty of live television. Often, here we are.
Hello.
Hola, Wanda, Isabel, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
So good to see you again.
No, sorry.
I put. Es que lo tenía. Here is impossible, no? You can.
Oh, you have to turn it.
Yeah, is that? Oh,
sí.
I have a problem because the.
The earpiece.
The wire.
Got it.
Sorry, I can't make.
Oh, no worries. This is the fun part. It's real life.
I think that I'm capable to make it with a glass with.
Perfect.
Hello.
Hello. It's so good to see you. I don't know if you remember that we met about 3 years ago. I was part of a press group that visited Las Moradas.
Really fantastic visit. Really?
Yeah. It's beautiful.
It's important to go to the vineyard, and if you see all the soils, the terrain, the winds, and you feel the environment is different. You understand better the project. Really, the
it's
philosophy.
So true. And the wonderful, what's so exciting, as I was saying in the intro, Las Moradas is part of the Vinos de Madrid, Dio, and it is so close to the city, but it's like escaping to another world.
Yes. The people is surprised a lot of because Madrid, the city, all the roads, and you go in the road and arrive in these mountains, this environment, these vineyards, and the wines is too, no? Really, really.
So before we start talking about Las Moradas, I would love to, share with the viewers a little more about you. So how did you start your career in wine? Did your family make wine? How did you become a winemaker?
Well, nothing of my family, no one work. Is that I like so much all relationship between the terrain, the products, the soils, and the product that give us the all the cheese, the oil, the wines. And I study agronomos in engineering of agronomy.
Mm-hmm.
And after I make a master of viticulture and enology because I like so much. But it's for me nothing. Anybody of my family worked in this before than me, but I like so much, and I decide to study, to work, to make a lot of practice. And it's my passion, no?
That's wonderful. So how long have you been with Las Moradas now? I know the winery started in 1999. Have you been there from the beginning?
No, I arrived in 2002. Right?
Okay,
Yes, 18 years
yeah,
ago.
it's a long time.
At the end, there are a lot of years, but I began in Ribera del Duero with Peter Sixek in Pingus, in Hacienda Monasterio. Okay. And there I knew to Telmo Rodriguez that began a project that he is not his project, but he need someone to carry out this project in Madrid. And I began in 2002.
Okay, wonderful.
In Las Moradas, yes.
So from Las Moradas. Mm-hmm. No,
yes,
please.
Sorry, I'm from Madrid, and I like so much to begin this project with the philosophy to recover the Garnacha, and I want to work there quickly, no?
Yeah, so I'm glad that's the perfect segue. Let's talk about what makes your vineyard so special. So you mentioned recovering the Garnacha. So tell us a little bit about these vines, and we're going to taste the wines in a few minutes, but I'd love for people to hear about your vineyard and the age of the vines and what makes this terroir, and really I've been there, something special.
Okay. Garnacha, first of all, is a variety of Spain, naturally of Spain. There are in other countries like France, but naturally is from Spain because it's adapted perfectly our climate, no? It needs a lot of hours of sun because it's a long cycle for the vineyard. And Spain is perfect, no? Because arrived to maturity with a very perfect acidity. And this is no easy in Spain, no? With all the hours of sun. Sorry for my English, not it's so good.
No.
If you don't understand, you repeat. No, do. And Garnacha in Spain, after 70, 80 years, decades, the people, the winemakers, don't want the Garnacha, no? Because the people want wines more heavy, with more good. In this decade, no? You understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
More good. And Garnacha is anybody want to sound, no? And in Spain, a lot of the people get out the Garnacha and plant another varieties, no? And here, this project, Las Moradas, want to recover this variety and work in nude without nothing more. No? The Garnacha normally is a variety with a high production that no maturity very good to the skins, and the wines that produce are very oxidative, but depend of the soil. This is the typical, but the Garnacha is a lot of chameleonic, and depend of the soils produce wines oxidative or aging very, very good. It depends. It's the chameleonic for me. It's magic.
Chameleon, absolutely.
The first years that we work here only study the different type soils and the wines that they make the different soils, no? And it was fantastic, incredible. I can't believe it because the same year, the same person, the same winemaker, and the difference between the wines, depending on the soils, are totally different, no? And wow, it's not easy, but it's fantastic because you have a lot of work for make it. No, that is a challenge very, very nice, no, for to investigate, for to know, and all that I know about the wines, I forgot, and I began, no, another time in zero, because it's another variety. It's like make cheese or make wine. It's different totally, no.
Of course.
And I work first with Tempranillo. With Tempranillo is totally different to Garnacha. It's nothing.
Can imagine. And you have some vines, I know, up to 100 years old. So tell us a little bit more about the age of the vines there in Las Moradas.
Sorry?
The age of the vines.
Sí,
so I think you have some vines as old as que tienen 100 años de edad, no?
Yes, because we recover all the old vines, different parcels. We in the mountain 900 about the sea level, and there are very, very old vines. Any parcel have more than 100 years, 112. Okay,
wow.
You understand? Is the all, but average is between 18, 19 years is the average of the all englobed law system, all by hand, all traditional work, and we work all in ecology with respect, because we want to recover this variety and make wines naturally, without a lot of chemical, only respect to the grape, respect to the soils, and respect in the making wines, in all the way until arrive to the bottle. That is honesty, honesty work. I try to make it.
No, and I noticed that when I was there, that your vineyard kind of had this wildness that was very elegant, because you had all of this biodiversity. And you had, you were doing natural ways of controlling, any type of pest. So really, it's a special place, Las Moradas.
Yes, because it's very easy to add anybody to remove anything in the wines, but it's more elegant to make a good working good with our knowledge and make all the harvest, the making process. All with care, without the time. Ever is a problem, but we prefer waiting the time perfect for the wine are yet, no?
Yes.
And now all is commercial, all is the time is a lot of money, but it's important the slowly process, no? I think
Wonderful.
that we now low lose the patience, the time, the waiting, for all the process finish, and not put any chemicals for make this one.
Of course.
I think it's very important.
Yeah, you're right. So I see you have. Are we going to start with this one?
Initio, Senda.
Do you want to start? Which one do you want to start with? Initio
I prefer
or Senda?
Senda is younger wine.
Okay.
I prefer.
Great.
Sorry,
so
because
we'll
I don't
Senda.
open it.
No problem. So while you're doing that, everyone, so I have winemaker Isabel Galindo. She's the winemaker for Las Moradas de San Martín. We're going to taste 2 of their wonderful Garnacha wines. And we're going to start with Senda 2016. And this retails for $15.99 in the U.S. So I'm going to start with that one. I have mine ready.
Sorry.
No worries.
Is Senda is 2016, but for me it's the young wine.
So young for you.
I don't know if you remember that here the wine's not aging, aging very, very slowly, and it's magical. And for make a young wine, I need a little few years more.
Of course. So Senda in Spanish means like the path, like a camino, correct?
Yes. Away, yes.
Yeah.
Away.
And we should say the name Las Moradas is inspired by Santa Teresa, right?
Yes.
So do we want to tell your labels?
Yes, our label is because Garnachas historically in San Martín de Valdeiglesias and in Madrid was very, very famous. It is the wines of the kings, and it's like a treasure. And a lot of writers in 15,
The
16,
golden
17th
age.
centuries,
Yeah, siglo de oro.
writers about the Garnacha, the Albillo Real, like treasures, like the best wines of Spain, and Cervantes, Lope de Vega, all the writers in Spain. And Las Moradas, the name is a joke because Las Moradas in Spanish is Las Moradas like hogar, home sweet home. I don't know,
Okay.
no? It's like, and after is the title of the last book of Santa Teresa de Jesus that live in Sierra de Gredos, is that we stay in Madrid, but in the Sierra de Gredos system, no?
Great.
Is
And you always have a beautiful literary quote on your bottles, which is nice. The wine. It smells beautiful.
And the wine, want to you describe the wine? You?
You, I would love to hear from you. This is your baby.
Okay, I don't know.
So, yes, please.
The color for me is not important. For me, the people, it's possible tell you a lot of things about the wines, but no, it's the more important for a wine. If you can see if it's more or not old, but for me it's important the color. In Garnacha there are a lot of Garnachas without nothing of colors.
That's
because
true.
Then with the bunches are big bunches when it's more productive, have no color the skins of the grape, and no color in the wines because you don't have a color in the skins. But when you have like us in the mountain, the grape is more little, and the skins turn black. Is the maturity, you can find the maturity, and it's very important because after are the polyphenols that is an antioxidant in grown natural for aging good. No, it's important, but for me it's important. But ever we have a nice color. I like the nose because the nose is fruity, flower. Ever in Gredos, we can, the adaptation of the Garnacha, for me the more important is the perfect acidity, and after the mineral, the balsamics, the licorice, it's savor, no? No es azúcar Garnacha, a sweet Garnacha.
Not sweet.
No. It's more in the northern Spain. Here is more mineral, more balsamic, a lot of balsamic.
Yeah, balsamic, and there's a beautiful herbal quality, like fresh herbs from the garden.
Yes,
a little
it's
bit.
different to another wines for me, Garnacha. I have a difference. It's like a walk for the mountain, no? When you walk and have a lot of, because have flowers too, blossom of the orange. I can stay. I like to drink ever in more cold than the normal Garnachas, in 15 degrees more or less. I don't know.
I chilled my bottles before we started, so mine has a little chill on it as well, which is nice. I think it really accentuates the freshness of the wine, and the acidity is great on this. Really, it's got a juiciness, but it's not just fruit. Like you said, you're getting a little floral, some mineral. I get a little herb and like shrub. It's really
and you can see
a lot happening.
After the mouth surprise, because ever seemed younger than really was, no? In mouth more young than in the nose. For me, in all our wines, because you can see another typical of the Garnacha in Gredos in Central is the tannin. For me, it's a tannin a little gypsy. I tell you, because it's ever is part of his identity. its identity. A fresh tannin, a little al dente, I don't know.
Yeah, a little firm.
And I like so much.
experience.
And after it's fresh, it's a fresh wine because I see it is very, very balanced, no? And
It is.
the mouth is very is fresh. I like this plant and are more because I think that Senda is like a Garnacha only over this soils type there. It's all granite soil. Sorry that I don't speak first. It's all sandy soils of granite origin.
Granite.
And this is in the mouth. You can see the salinity, a little salinity. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, very subtle.
But it's fresh. I like because in Spain the people like so much Senda for glass in las tapas, you know, in España, en las tapas, en las barras. I don't know how the name of barras in
bars. Bars.
Okay. Barras, sí.
Yeah, bars.
In Spain, in Madrid, it works so much by glass because it's but it's very grateful. You can eat anything. You can eat tortilla or cheese or anything typical in Spain, no? In Madrid.
Do you have a favorite tapa? Do you have a favorite tapa that you like to eat with this?
I like so much all of the things, but with this wine, I like so much when you put a little type of jam, a good jam, I like so much with Iberico, jamón Iberico.
Oh, of course.
I like so much with because have acidity very, very fresh, and with the fat of the jam is for me it's perfect.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Well, I remember when we were there, you made us a fantastic tortilla española. You make a really beautiful tortilla española.
Yes. I like so much
it.
So I like all top. Oh, se me cae esto. Sorry. Is that I like it because Las Moradas, all the wines are very, very gastronomy, no? You can it's better with anything, no? I like so much because are very, very long wines, and I think that is better to taste with eating, no? For me, I like so much because you leave more time to the wine to open it because it's a wine that grow. There are wines that you began to drink and after disappear. Here, no. In Las Moradas, the wine grow. At the first are more tímidos. I don't know, tímido.
Shy. They're shy. Timid,
shy.
Shy.
And after open, and at the end, I like so much. And for me, it's a typical characteristic of Las Moradas, no? Are wines that grow.
That's a great description.
Yes, not all the wines, and depend of the soils. For me, the better is the soil that are fantastic and give us this treasure for make. Is the difficult for a winemaker is to understand the grape and make a respect wine with the grape, no? But I have a grape wonderful. For me, it's wonderful because make a young wine is very easy for another, but wines made with his personality and that aging very, very slow and elegant is a lot of suerte, no?
Yes, luck. A lot of luck.
A very luck for us, no? But for 6 years, we're looking for this parcel, this terrain, and not only is luck, no? Luck is after the result, no? But it's very important.
Ooh, are you okay?
Sorry.
It's live, people. It's fine.
Yo no me he caído. Oh, qué rollo. La copa. Esta copa no. The glass. Sorry.
Oh, did the glass fall?
Is that I prefer make this test in the winery, but we in the mountain don't have a good cobertura.
Wi-Fi. Okay.
Exacto.
Wi-Fi coverage.
And it's a problem. Sorry.
No
And
worries.
now,
Just before we go to
Initio.
Initio, one
Initio
question though. So before we go to that, I'm just wondering, the grapes for Senda, do they come from specific parts of the vineyard, specific areas?
Yes.
And is it always the same every vintage?
It's depend of the year. There are because we work every parcel by separate, and after we make the coupage. But depend of the year, the vintage, there are different parcels that depend pass to Initio or pass to Senda. There are 3 or 4 that ever are Senda, but there are another 3 that is like a comodín. I don't know comodín. That depend of the years, the profile, the vocation of the grape. The goal is go to one wine or to another. Okay. Because at the beginning, all the parcel for make only one wine that was Initio, but after every year we know the experience make that difference, more differences between the parcels and make the different wines. But depending on the year, if the climate is different, it's possible that a grape want to make a...
Got it.
Oh, ¿qué suena? I don't know.
Do you need to get that? I can keep drinking.
¿Qué suena? I don't know. Sorry. Bueno.
No, it's fine. Okay.
That my children have the iPad for here. My children. I have three children.
Oh, wow. Wow. Is Senda a pretty small production? ¿Cuántas botellas de Senda?
Depend of the years, because I tell you before, but in between 20, 13 bottles. 1,000, sorry.
1,000. That's a good amount.
Yeah,
That's a good amount.
Yes. Good. It's a little winery. It's very, very little winery. You know.
I remember, but it's very beautiful, very special.
Yeah, it's very, very. It's a romantic philosophy of to recover, making process. All this is very romantic. It's little.
It is.
It's romantic. Okay.
So Initio. 2013.
Oh, it's my favorite.
This is your favorite?
Yes.
So everyone tuning in, I'm with Isabel Galindo from Las Moradas de San Martín. We're in the second wine now, which is their Initio 2013, which retails for $12.99. You're getting a lot of history, innovation, tradition, and just a delicious wine for a great price. So $12.99 for this beautiful Garnacha.
See, the 2013.
Yeah.
They are 7 years old, the wine. And it's a very special wine.
Yeah, this nose is quite different from the Senda.
Yes, because I have 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
3 years for a wine
is a lot, yeah.
It's a long time. Senda in 3 years is alive too. I'm sure. But in the bottle, I like so much the bottle with the Garnacha because ever win. It's fantastic, no?
Yeah.
The first one that we make is 2005, and now it's fantastic.
Wow.
But you change because Senda, I told you before that we try to find the freshness, the fruit of the Garnacha more younger. It's not younger because it's aging, no, in barrels, because seem a young wine. Okay, for me, Senda. In the nose, seeing a young wines because it's very, very fruity, with flowering, with a balsamic. But after the mouth is seriously that seem at the first. Initio, no. Initio, the fruit there are fruit, red fruit, fruit like a spring rain. I ever I like tell when you work from the mountain, no. But here there are different. I it's more complex, no? Because
Mm-hmm.
these parts are more concentrate, less grape. There are 2,000 kilos per hectare. Very, very low production. The
Yeah.
yield are very, very, very low. And only for this you can make this wine. With high yields, with Garnacha, are very oxidative wines, more younger. Okay, but here in this mountain with these soils, the low yield, you can make these wines. It's impossible make wines that aging so good with Garnacha.
Mm-hmm.
If you try to find in el mercado to find for buy Garnacha, it's very difficult to find Garnachas aging good. No, it's very, very difficult. And all is the terroir. It's not more. And the elegancy for me is very, very elegant. It's different because you lose in fruit, but going in different complexity. No, you can find the graphite, the graphite is the slates, the mineral, but you can see the note of cocoa. Of the
definitely. I was going to say that cocoa is so beautiful. Just it's really pronounced, but lovely. It's integrated nicely.
But I like the cocoa. No, it's a high cocoa because I don't like. I won't not make out so much the Garnacha. Mm-hmm. Is that neat barrel, neat oak for aging and for the rounded the wine. No, is after in the test you can see is with.
Are you using French oak?
Yes, all French oak. Well, no, European oak because there are Hungarian oak that I like so much. Yes, because the American oak make up so much vanillas, sweetness, that's no property of the variety, no? And I respect more. I prefer the another because it's cheaper, but American is cheaper than. But is with this Garnacha I respect a lot more European oak. Liquorize, orange skin another time because in natural wines. For me, the orange skin is present in all the wines. Independent of the variety, when you test a lot of natural wines, I ever find the skins of the orange.
I'm so glad you said that. I tasted a natural wine yesterday from northern Italy, and I said to my friend, I said, it's like not orange, but the peel of the orange. So I'm so glad. I feel validated because just last night I said that. So I'm going to say Isabel
it's really.
Yeah. But this nose has so much richness to it.
Rosemary. Really. Yeah, aromat. Balsamic is very typical of Garnacha in this area, in Central, in Sistema Central, in Gredos. For me, its character is the balsamic spices, rosemary. It's very typical in this wine. And after, it's like if you have, for make a picture, you use one color, 3 colors. Here you have 20 colors. No, you can paint with more. It's a difference for me for a wine that aging very, very good. No, that increase the colors. No, for make a picture. Is that my English is so good? But it's a similar.
No, we understand you perfectly. It's fine.
The mouth out. Wow. Speak me about the mouth.
Excuse me?
Is that tell me the mouth?
Oh, you want me to describe it?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh.
Well, you know what's consistent, I think the freshness is there. So even though the wine is rich and there's a lot of complexity, the acidity, the juiciness keeps it lifted. So it's not a heavy wine. It's rich, but it's not heavy.
No, it's for the acidity. The natural acidity balance it very, very, very good, the wines. And seem a freshness, a long wine. You can taste in the mouth after minutes the taste, the sabor, no?
The flavor.
You can taste after minutes and seem younger another time that really is 2013, and it's
Yeah.
young. It's very, very young. In the nose, you can test the complexity, but in the mouth now, it's alive for a long time.
Oh,
No?
definitely. Yeah. I can see where this would age beautifully. And the minerality is very pronounced here. I'm really tasting that
Yes.
soil influence.
The Initio is a little cold too, like Senda,
Mm-hmm.
your wine? Okay.
I chilled both of them. I tend to
Okay.
chill all of my red wines just because I think most people drink their red wines too hot. So I tend to like everything just slightly and then let it open up a bit.
Okay.
But no, these are wonderful.
No, it's very different with high personality because it's important. It's a treasure in Spain. To make garnachas that aging very, very good is not normal. It's not don't have in Spain and in the world. And after are very, very complex wine, difference, very, very long, that with the gastronomy I like so much. So much. I recommend because say it's different, and I think that the treasure in the wines is to test different wines on different parts of the world and the character of the soils, because after, if you put a lot of chemical, after it's all the same. And it's, the beautiful of this wine is test the different soils, the different variety in different climate, and with his identity. You know, for me, it's very important to know the terroir, and because there are a little terroirs for making great wines, no, and it's the difficult, no, and there are nowadays all the fashion make all the wines the same wines, and for me this is it's not
I
good
agree.
for we.
Yeah. And, and I think we have a tendency, those of us abroad, we kind of lump all Spanish wines in one category. So even if we just talk about Garnacha, a Garnacha from your region is very different from one from Calatayud or Somontano or Cariñena. When they're made well, Garnacha really has that ability to transmit terroir in a sense of place. It's not a generic red wine from Spain. When it's made well, it has a lot of character. Yeah.
But after when I drink a lot of Garnacha, and after when I drink another one, I think, oh, it's shorter than Garnachas. You know, after at the first time it's different, but after, it's fantastic. Yeah. And it's very common, the people that I don't like Garnacha. Okay, wait, there are different Garnachas, totally different, without colors, with color, young, older, fruity, sweetly, salty. Here it's fantastic. Oh, mamma mia, que pelos, my hair.
So Isabel, I'm going to give you a new name. La Reina de Garnacha, Isabel Galindo. La Reina de Garnacha.
The Queen of Garnacha.
The Queen of Garnacha.
Perfectly.
Right?
Right.
Well, thank you so much. Like I said, I think all of us who love wine, we also love to travel. And right now we're all having to taste through the screen because we can't visit the places that we love. But I always say wine is a way that we can stay connected and still explore the world through taste. So,
okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Isabel.
A big kiss for you.
Thank you. Un
beso. And I invite to everyone to test different wines, to test Las Moradas, because it's fantastic. It's very different.
Let me show the bottles again.
Really.
This is what you're looking for, folks. These beautiful Las Moradas bottles, okay? Really something
a real
special.
Wine. It's a real wine.
It's really a real wine made by La Reina de Garnacha, the Queen of Garnacha.
Oh, Wanda.
Isabel Galindo.
Te veo muy bien.
Okay. Hasta la próxima.
Ciao.
Ciao. Bye-bye.
Te amo.
Thank
bye
you.
Bye.